record. Last time, Kunle went from chef to goat, kidnapped for a wedding sacrifice. Now, his Indian mother-in-law, Mama Yemi, the sari-wearing queen who never liked him, is his only hope. Can she save his furry behind, or will he be stuck bleeding forever? Like and subscribe for the wildest redemption arc yet. This one's spicier than a goat vindaloo. Mama Yemi wasn't Kunle's favorite person, and the feeling was mutual. Back when he courted Tolu, this pint-sized Indian dynamo grilled him like a tandoori suspect. "Your jollof? Rubbish, no ghee, no soul," she'd snap, her bangles clanging like a courtroom gavel. She doubted his faith. He skipped temple once to tweak his stew, his cooking too Nigerian, and his worth too proud la. Kunle swore she'd rather see Tolu wed a sacred cow than him. But now, fate had flipped the script harder than a Bollywood dance number. After the wedding rescue, where Kunle narrowly escaped becoming sacrificial shish kebab, Mama Yemi swooped in like a masala-charged avenger. She smuggled him to a rented shack on Bangalore's gritty outskirts in a rattling auto rickshaw, his hooves dangling like a discount action hero. Suddenly, she was treating him like her adopted beta, dishing out hot masala dosa instead of peels, chatting to him in Kannada like he'd bleat back, and scouring dusty markets for Ayurvedic herbs and puja charms. "Shiva will fix this, or Krishna. I'm not picky, nah," she'd declare, waving turmeric-dusted marigolds. Kunle, though, he was fuming. A proud chef, now tapping hooves while his sari-clad nemesis spoon-fed him. He'd glare with those goat eyes, thinking, "If I could talk, I'd tell you your chutney's weak, you judgy auntie." But he was desperate, so he played along, grudgingly munching her dosa while dreaming of petty revenge, like knocking over her brass deer lamp. Mama Yemi was a spectacle. Neighbors whispered Pagalanti as she strutted through alleys, cradling Kunle like a prized mango, chanting mantras so loud the street dogs howled along. "Om Shanti, deliver us! Ganesh Ji, don't sleep on us!" She couldn't tell anyone he was her son-in-law. They'd lock her up faster than you can say, "Sambar." "We'll fix this," she vowed, her coal-lined eyes fierce despite her frail frame. Kunle snorted, thinking, "Fix your attitude first, Mamaji." Their frenemy vibes were pure fire. One day, she tried scrubbing him with a coconut husk and turmeric water, cooing, "Such a handsome bakra, eh?" Kunle flailed, soaking her sari in yellow sludge, bleating, "Handsome? Respect my space." She chased him with a rolling pin, yelling, "Ungrateful goat." Another time, he accidentally chewed her favorite silk sari, leaving her screeching, "This is why Tolu should have married an engineer." But then she'd sigh, stitch it up, and sneak him a laddu. It was hate-love, spicier than her garam masala. Two stubborn souls in a shack-sized standoff. Months passed. Mama Yemi's health faded. Coughs like a rickshaw misfire, hands trembling over his dal. But she kept going, mixing potions, praying till her voice cracked. One stormy night, she collapsed mid-chant, clutching a Rudraksha bead. "I tried, Kunle," she whispered, a faint smile on her lips as she slumped. Kunle lost it, bleating like a foghorn, headbutting the wall till the shack shook. "Mama G, no! Who's going to overspice my life? Who's going to judge my doza?" He nuzzled her hand, goat tears soaking her bangles, mourning the nag he'd secretly grown to love. But hold that thought, she wasn't gone yet. Grieving like a Bollywood widow, Kunle swayed into the streets, disoriented and bleating like a broken record. A farmer scooped him up, tossing him into a barn with a herd of goats who weren't exactly rolling out the red carpet. The alpha ram, a burly beast Kunle dubbed Raja, with scarred horns like a biker's handlebars, charged him, defending his turf and ladies. Kunle dodged, bleating, "Bro, I don't want your harem, I'm taken." In the chaos, Raja rammed a post, snapping his own neck, crack, and flopped over like a bad action movie villain. The lady goats blinked, shrugged, then sashayed over to Kunle, batting their lashes like, "Hey, boss man." Panicked, he bolted, leaping the fence like a goat Olympian, thinking, "I'm not cut out for this soap opera." Stray life hit him like a monsoon slap. He stumbled into Bangalore's chaotic underbelly. No shack, no Mama Yemi, just him versus the wild. First stop, a vegetable market where he tried to snag a carrot from a stall. Big mistake. The vendor, a wiry guy with a moustache that screamed, "I've seen it all," swung a broom like a cricket bat, yelling, "Shoo, you hairy thief!" Kunle dodged, but not before slipping on a pile of squashed tomatoes, sliding face first into a stack of onions. He bleated in defeat as the crowd laughed, one kid shouting, "Look, it's a goat on a skateboard." Humiliated, he limped off, muttering to himself, "Mama G would have said I deserved that." Next came the traffic gauntlet. He darted across a busy road, dodging honking scooters and rickshaws that swerved like they were auditioning for Fast Furious, Bangalore Drift. A cow, chewing cud like a Zen master, watched him stumble, and Kunle swore it smirked. "What's your problem, huh?" he bleated, shaking a hoof. The cow didn't flinch, just flicked its tail. He scavenged scraps, soggy vada, half-eaten chapati, and shivered under leaky tubs as monsoon rains turned him into a soggy, matted mess. "This is not the chef life," he groaned inwardly, picturing his old kitchen. Then he met Kofi, a scrawny, lame goat with soulful eyes and a vibe that said, "I've been through it, bro." They clicked instantly, two rejects against the world. Kofi taught Kunle the art of hiding under chai stalls, where they'd nap as the vendor's radio blared Canada pop. Kunle nudged extra banana peels Kofi's way, bleating, "Eat up, man, you're skin and bones." Kofi'd nod like, "Thanks, boss." One night, they raided a wedding leftovers pile. Kofi scored a chunk of paneer. Kunle nabbed a soggy samosa. They chowed down under a street lamp, Kunle thinking, Mama Yemi would have called this a disgrace to cuisine. Their bromance leveled up during a turf war. A gang of scruffy goats rolled up, led by a one-eyed bruiser Kunle nicknamed Patchy. "This is our alley, newbies," Patchy bleated, stomping a hoof. Kofi shrank back, but Kunle, still a chef at heart, charged like he was defending his kitchen. He headbutted Patchy, who tripped over a crate and landed in a puddle, bleating curses as his crew scattered. Kofi stared wide-eyed, then nuzzled Kunle like, "You're my hero." Kunle puffed his chest, thinking, "Yeah, I still got it." But the streets don't play nice. One day, they stumbled into a temple festival. Drums banging, marigolds everywhere. Kunle, starving, lunged for a garland of flowers draped on a statue. Bad move. A priest spotted him shouting, "Blasphemy!" and chased him with a stick, sari flapping. Kofi limped behind, bleeding, "Run, bro!" Kunle zigzagged through the crowd, knocking over a tray of laddus, which rolled like sugary grenades. The priest slipped on one, landing butt first in a pile of Rangoli powder, turning blue and red. The crowd roared with laughter. Kunle and Kofi escaped, panting under a banyan tree. "We're legends now," Kunle bleated, Kofi nodding like, "Chaotic legends." Their luck ran out when a pack of feral dogs cornered them in an alley. Kofi froze, his bad leg trembling. Kunle's instincts kicked in. He charged, bleeding like a war drum. "Not my boy Kofi!" He headbutted the lead dog, who yelped, but the pack swarmed. Teeth sank into his flank, and he crumpled, thinking, "At least Kofi's safe. Tell Tolu I love her, and Mama G's dosa still needs work." Darkness swallowed him. Light pierced the darkness. Kunle woke, not to hooves, but to sterile white walls. Tolu leapt up, sobbing, "You're awake!" He was human again, in a Bangalore hospital, bandages on his chest. "Coma, 2 days," she said. "After the crash." Femi hobbled in, grinning despite his prosthetic leg, and Bimpy tackled him with a hug. It was all a dream, but it changed him. Mama Yemi's fierce care, Kofi's loyalty, the goat's struggles, they stuck. He sold Ogun's feast, funding animal advocacy, especially goats. "They're not just animals," he'd say at rallies, Tolu beaming. "They're the greatest of all time. Goats." Then he visited Mama Yemi, who, surprise, was alive, sipping chai in her flat, sari, pristine. Mama G, you saved me in my dream. Fed me doza, fought for me. She cut him off, staring like he'd grown horns again. Kunle, what nonsense. I'd never waste dozer on a goat. Too much pepper in your head, la. She shooed him with a broom, muttering, this boy's gone pargle. Stick to your jollof. Kunle grinned, unconvinced. Was it all in his mind, or was Mama Yemi hiding some secret masala juju? Or is he just crazy?